Welcome, chosen ones. The most dangerous people aren't the loudest in the room. They're the ones who've mastered themselves. Chosen ones, this one's for you. You're not just ordinary, you're cut from a different cloth. The reason you feel out of place in this world is because you weren't designed to fit in. You were built to stand out. You've faced storms that would break most people, yet here you are, stronger, wiser, and more dangerous than ever. When you walk away, it's not weakness, it's strategy. You don't waste energy fighting battles that don't matter because your focus is on the bigger picture. People misunderstand you, fear you, even hate you, and that's okay. Haters? They're just confused admirers who can't figure out how you keep winning despite everything thrown your way. This is your call to action. You've been chosen for a reason, and it's time to embrace the fire inside you. Watch the video, and let's explore why people can't handle your energy, your power, and your unshakable drive. This is your story, and it's about time the world listened. Number 1. They're dangerous because they don't fear losing. Chosen ones are a different breed altogether because they don't play by the same rules as everyone else. They've walked through the kind of fire that would reduce most people to ash. Failure? They've tasted it and used its bitterness to sharpen their instincts. Heartbreak? It didn't destroy them, it taught them how to guard their soul. Betrayal? It made them masters at reading people, spotting intentions before words are even spoken. Every loss they've faced has been a lesson, every setback a stepping stone, and every scar a badge of honor. This is what makes them dangerous. They're not paralyzed by the fear of losing like most people, while others are busy playing it safe, trying to protect what little they have. The chosen ones are out there taking bold risks because they've already made peace with the idea of falling. They know that losing doesn't define them, getting back up does. It's not recklessness, it's calculated bravery. They understand that greatness requires sacrifice and that sometimes you have to risk everything to gain what truly matters. This fearlessness isn't just intimidating, it's awe-inspiring. It leaves people wondering how someone can face life's harshest blows and still keep going. The truth is, chosen ones are untouchable, not because they never fall, but because they refuse to stay down. They've learned to turn every loss into an advantage, every failure into momentum. This resilience makes them unpredictable, unstoppable, and undeniably magnetic. They've lived through the worst, and now they live without limits. If you're standing in their way, be prepared. They don't just survive the game, they rewrite the rules. Number 2, your haters are secret fans in disguise. Haters are a strange breed, aren't they? They claim to despise you, yet they can't seem to stop talking about you, thinking about you, or watching your every move. For chosen ones, haters are like shadows. They follow you everywhere, but they can't touch your light. The truth is, their hate is just a mask for something they'll never admit. Fascination. They don't hate you because you're doing something wrong. They hate you because you're doing everything right, and it eats them alive. What really frustrates them is that you thrive despite the odds stacked against you. They've seen you stumble, face setbacks, and go through things that should have broken you, but instead of falling apart, you came back stronger, and that's what they can't stand. Deep down, their insults are just a twisted form of admiration, an unspoken question that haunts them. Why can't I be like you? They criticize what they secretly wish they had: your resilience, your ability to keep moving forward, and the way you own your space without apologizing for it. They see in you what they're too afraid to cultivate in themselves. It's easier for them to attack you than to confront their own insecurities. But here's the kicker: haters are useful. Their obsession keeps your name alive. Their negativity sharpens your focus, and their jealousy confirms you're on the right path. Let them watch, let them whisper, and let them seethe. Every hateful word they spew is proof that you're doing something remarkable. In the end, they're not your enemy. They're your loudest, most confused fans. You don't need their approval. Their obsession is validation enough. Keep thriving, and let them deal with their own envy. Number 3, no one has ever been so unapologetically real. Chosen ones are a rare breed because they don't waste time pretending to be something they're not. In a world obsessed with facades and polite lies, they cut through the noise with raw, unfiltered honesty. They say what needs to be said, even when it makes people squirm. Their words aren't designed to please or pacify. They're meant to reveal, to challenge, to wake people up from their comfortable illusions. This authenticity isn't about being rude or careless, it's about refusing to live a lie. They've learned that sugarcoating the truth only delays the inevitable. So they rip off the bandage, exposing what others are too afraid to face. Some people are inspired by this, others feel threatened. Either way, no one leaves a conversation with a chosen one unchanged. Their realness is magnetic because it's so rare. They don't play the game of saying what people want to hear, or hiding behind a mask of perfection. They admit their flaws, own their mistakes, and embrace their scars as part of their story. This level of honesty makes them unforgettable. Whether you love them for their courage or hate them for their bluntness, they leave an impression you can't shake. What makes them truly remarkable is their ability to hold a mirror up to others. When they speak, it's not just about their truth, it's about uncovering yours. That's why some people can't stand them. Being around a chosen one forces you to confront things you'd rather avoid. But for those willing to listen, their words have the power to heal, to motivate, and to transform. They don't just talk, they leave a mark, one that lingers long after the conversation ends. Number 4. Their legacy is built on actions, not words. Chosen ones don't waste their time talking about what they're going to do or how they're going to change the world. They let their actions speak louder than any words ever could. They know that talk is cheap. Anyone can say they're going to do great things, but it's the ones who actually put in the work, who keep pushing through the toughest challenges without making excuses, who truly leave a mark. Their legacy isn't defined by the stories they tell or the promises they make. It's built on their unwavering dedication, their results, and their ability to rise from every setback. Chosen ones understand that true impact comes from what you leave behind, not from what you say in the moment. They show up every single day and do the work. They don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect conditions. They create their own opportunities. What makes their legacy so powerful is that it's undeniable. Years after they've left the room, their influence will still be felt. People will look back at the things they built, the lives they changed, and the standards they set, and realize that they were never just ordinary. Chosen ones are remembered not for what they said, but for what they did. Their impact doesn't fade, it echoes. And in that echo is the undeniable proof that they didn't just talk about greatness. They lived it, and in doing so, they carved out a legacy that will never be forgotten. Number 4. They're the mirror you're afraid to look into. Chosen ones are like living mirrors. Just by being in their presence, people are forced to confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. The parts they've buried deep inside, the fears they've kept hidden, and the potential they're too afraid to unlock. It's not that they intentionally try to make others uncomfortable, but their mere existence is a reflection of what others could be if they stopped playing small and started being real with themselves. They don't sugarcoat things or pretend to be something they're not, and that authenticity is a slap in the face to people who hide behind masks. When you're around a chosen one, you can't escape the truth. You see your own weaknesses, your own doubts, and it forces you to ask yourself some hard questions. Are you living up to your potential? Are you letting fear dictate your choices? Or are you settling for less than you deserve? This is why chosen ones intimidate people. It's not because they're trying to be intimidating, it's because they expose things people aren't ready to see. They challenge everyone around them to rise to the occasion, and some people just aren't prepared for that kind of accountability. But for those who are brave enough to face themselves, being around a chosen one is a wake-up call. They inspire growth, change, and transformation simply by showing up as their unapologetic selves. They are a mirror, reflecting everything people are too scared to confront, and that's what makes them so powerful. Number 5. They're not afraid to burn bridges. They build their own roads. Chosen ones don't hesitate to burn bridges when they need to. They don't hold on to relationships or situations that keep them stuck or hinder their progress. If you try to hold them back or weigh them down, don't expect them to stick around. They've learned the hard way that loyalty isn't given, it's earned, and they reserve their loyalty for those who genuinely support their growth. They don't wait for permission or approval from anyone to go after what they want. If the people around them are unwilling or unable to support their journey, they'll walk away without a second thought. Burning bridges isn't about being reckless. It's about making space for something better. They'd rather cut ties and build a new path than keep following the same worn-out roads that lead nowhere. For the chosen one, building their own roads is a way of life. They don't rely on others to pave the way for them. They carve out their own paths, fueled by the confidence that they don't need anyone's approval to succeed. They create their opportunities instead of waiting for them to be handed over. And if people try to keep them in a box, they'll burn that box to the ground and walk away, leaving it all behind. The beauty of it is that they don't burn bridges out of spite. They do it because they know that their journey requires independence. They understand that some connections are temporary, and letting go of them is part of the evolution. And when they've burned enough bridges, they're standing on a whole new level, one they built all on their own. Number 6. They can outthink you without even trying. Chosen ones don't need to make a show of their intellect. They don't need to prove they're smarter, faster, or more capable. Their minds are like high-performance machines, running on a level most people can't even begin to grasp. They don't just think in the moment. They think in possibilities, in patterns, in outcomes. They can look at a situation and immediately see angles and strategies that others miss. While most people are stuck reacting to what's in front of them, chosen ones are already 10 steps ahead, calculating the next few moves. They don't need to scramble to keep up, because they've already anticipated what's coming. It's as if they can see the future unfolding while everyone else is still stuck in the present. And the crazy part? They do it effortlessly. It's not about being the loudest or the most obvious. It's about quietly reading between the lines, noticing the details that others overlook. They process information at lightning speed, connecting dots others wouldn't even consider. They see where things are headed before they happen, and they make decisions with a calm confidence that leaves others in the dust. Underestimating them is a dangerous game. People may think they're not paying attention, but that's when they're most dangerous. The chosen one doesn't need to rush. They simply wait for others to make their move, and then they act with precision. They don't show their hand too early. They let their results do the talking. And when it's all said and done, they'll have outthought you without even trying, leaving you wondering how you didn't see it coming. Number 7. They don't compete. They redefine the game. Chosen ones don't waste their energy competing with others because they know something most people don't. They don't need to. Instead of trying to outshine anyone, they set their own standards, redefine the rules, and create a game that no one else has even thought of playing. Their vision isn't confined by the limitations others place on themselves. They don't need to follow the same paths, chase the same goals, or fight for the same attention. They're too busy making their own mark in ways that no one else can replicate. While others are scrambling to keep up with trends, trying to play by the same tired rules, chosen ones are busy shaping their own reality. They don't bother with imitation because they understand that true power comes from originality. They don't need to copy what's been done before. They build something entirely new, something that demands respect because it's fresh, bold, and unapologetically theirs. The beauty of it is that imitation will always follow. Once the world catches on to what chosen ones are doing, people will try to copy it, but it's never the same. The originality that defines them can't be replicated. Others can try to mimic their success, but they'll always be playing catch-up because the game has already been changed. For chosen ones, competition doesn't exist because they're not in the business of competing. They're in the business of creating. And when they redefine the game, everyone else is left trying to catch up to their next move. Number 8. Running away isn't weakness. It's a strategy. When a chosen one walks away, it's not an act of fear. It's a move of brilliance. They don't waste time explaining themselves or proving a point to those who refuse to understand. They know their energy is precious, and spending it on battles that don't matter is like throwing gold into the fire. To the untrained eye, it might look like retreat, but in reality, it's a recalibration, a deliberate choice to step back, gather strength, and strike with precision when the time is right. Walking away doesn't mean they've given up. On the contrary, it shows they've mastered the art of prioritizing. They don't chase after every confrontation or engage in pointless arguments to satisfy someone else's ego. They pick their battles carefully, knowing that not everything deserves their attention. This is where their power lies. While others waste their time trying to win every skirmish, the chosen one is silently preparing to win the war. Their decision to walk away also makes people underestimate them, and that's exactly how they like it. They observe from the sidelines, taking note of weaknesses, strategies, and patterns. By the time they re-enter the picture, they're 10 steps ahead, armed with knowledge and clarity that no one saw coming. The ability to walk away isn't weakness, it's discipline. It's the wisdom to recognize that some battles are distractions, and the real fight requires patience and focus. It's refusing to let others dictate their actions and staying true to their larger purpose. The chosen one doesn't retreat out of fear. They reload, reframe, and return with the force of someone who knows exactly where they're going. Number 9. They attract chaos like a magnet and master it. Chaos is where chosen ones come alive. While most people panic and lose their footing when life gets messy, chosen ones seem to grow stronger. It's not because they enjoy the chaos, it's because they've mastered it. Where others see destruction, they see opportunity. Where others see an end, they see a beginning. The storm doesn't intimidate them because they've learned how to become the storm. Setbacks, failures, and unforeseen challenges don't break them. Instead, they fuel their determination. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every failure a strategy. They don't waste time complaining or asking, "Why me?" They're too busy figuring out how to use the chaos to their advantage. They understand that the only way out is through, and they move forward with a kind of quiet confidence that others can't comprehend. What makes them even more extraordinary is their ability to stay calm in the middle of the mess. When everyone else is falling apart, they're focused, calculating their next move. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. They use chaos as a stepping stone, a platform to build something even greater. This ability to master chaos makes them unstoppable. No matter what life throws at them, they don't fold. Instead, they adapt, evolve, and come back stronger than before. It's not magic. It's the result of relentless resilience and unshakable belief in their own ability to rise. The truth is, chaos doesn't define a chosen one. They define it. They don't just navigate the storm, they rewrite the rules of survival. And when the dust settles, they're not just standing. They're leading, proving once again that no amount of chaos can match their will to rise. Number 10. They're the silent assassins of doubt. Chosen ones are the ultimate silent assassins of doubt. They don't waste energy arguing, defending themselves, or trying to prove a point. They let people doubt them, mock them, even write them off, because they know something their critics don't. They're too busy working, planning, and executing to care about the noise. Doubt doesn't faze them. In fact, it fuels them. While others are busy underestimating them, they're quietly putting in the work. They don't need to broadcast their every move or seek validation. They've mastered the art of moving in silence, allowing their results to do all the talking. By the time you realize what they're up to, it's already too late. They've conquered the very thing you said they couldn't. Their secret? Patience and precision. They don't rush to prove doubters wrong because they understand the value of timing. They stay focused, moving steadily toward their goals, unaffected by the opinions of others. And when they finally deliver, it's not just a success, it's a statement. Their achievements aren't just victories, they're reminders of how wrong you were to ever doubt them. The beauty of their approach is in its simplicity. No grand gestures, no over-the-top announcements, just quiet, calculated action. And that's what makes them so dangerous. You'll never see them coming until they've already arrived, standing on the podium you never thought they could reach. Chosen ones don't just silence doubt, they obliterate it. They don't need applause or recognition because the work speaks for itself. And once they've proven you wrong, they won't even gloat. They'll just keep moving forward, leaving you to wonder how you ever doubted them in the first place. Number 11. Their intuition is a weapon, not a gift. A chosen one's intuition is more than just a gut feeling. It's a finely tuned weapon that cuts through pretense like a blade. They don't just sense things, they know things. It's as if they're wired differently, able to pick up on energy, intentions, and unspoken truths that others overlook. Lies, fake smiles, and hidden agendas. They spot them in an instant, often before a word is even spoken. You can't manipulate someone who's already read you like a book. They'll let you talk, let you weave your web, and while you're busy thinking you've got the upper hand, they've already figured you out. It's not arrogance, it's experience. They've been through enough betrayals and disappointments to understand how to see beyond appearances. Every past wound sharpened their instincts, turning what could have been scars into tools of survival. This intuition isn't just passive, it's strategic. They use it to navigate relationships, decisions, and situations with surgical precision. It's why they avoid certain people, turn down offers that seem too good to be true, or walk away from opportunities others would kill for. They don't second-guess themselves because they trust what their intuition tells them. And they're almost always right. What makes their intuition so dangerous is that it's impossible to fool them. They might not say anything at first. They don't always let on when they've figured you out. But rest assured, they've already calculated their next move, and it's one you won't see coming. For chosen ones, intuition isn't some mystical gift. It's a weapon they've honed through trials, pain, and perseverance. And when they wield it, there's no hiding from the truth they'll uncover. Numbers 12. They turn pain into their most potent power. Pain is the fuel that powers a chosen one's rise. While others crumble under its weight, chosen ones absorb it, study it, and transform it into something unbreakable. They don't see pain as a punishment. They see it as an opportunity, a crucible that burns away weakness and leaves behind pure resilience. Every betrayal teaches them who to trust and who to let go. Every loss reminds them of what truly matters. Every heartbreak shapes their understanding of their own strength. They take the hits that life throws at them and turn them into lessons, building themselves up piece by piece until there's nothing left that can break them. Their scars aren't something they hide. They wear them like trophies, reminders of battles fought and won. This ability to turn pain into power is what sets them apart. It's not about ignoring their emotions or pretending they don't hurt. It's about choosing to grow from the pain rather than be destroyed by it. They use it to sharpen their focus, fuel their drive, and push themselves toward goals most people wouldn't even dare to dream of. What makes this transformation so powerful is that it's completely self-made. No one comes to save them, they save themselves. They take the very things that were meant to destroy them and turn them into weapons that cut through every challenge in their way. It's why they're so unstoppable. Every ounce of pain they've endured becomes another layer of strength, another tool in their arsenal. Chosen ones don't just survive pain, they conquer it. They take what was meant to break them and use it to break barriers instead. And in doing so, they turn every wound into undeniable proof of their greatness. Number 13. They're not lonely, they're selective. Chosen. Ones don't crave company for the sake of noise or validation. They understand something most people don't. Being alone doesn't equate to loneliness. They aren't interested in filling their lives with people who drain their energy or bring nothing to the table. They'd rather be alone than waste time on shallow connections. To them, quality always outweighs quantity. Their circle isn't a social club or a popularity contest. It's a tight-knit group of individuals who align with their energy, values, and vision. These people aren't just friends, they're collaborators, thinkers, doers, people who push each other to be better every single day. When a chosen one invites someone into their inner circle, it's not a casual decision, it's a carefully considered move. They surround themselves only with people who challenge them, inspire them, and bring something of value to the table. While others are busy trying to be liked, the chosen one is busy focusing on their mission, and they know that means cutting out the noise. They know that not everyone is meant to be a part of their journey, and that's perfectly fine. They don't need constant companionship or praise to feel validated because their self-worth comes from within. Their small, selective circle is a reflection of their strength, not weakness. It's a group of people who are just as driven, just as focused, and just as unapologetic in their pursuit of greatness. Together, they form an unbreakable unit, a small but powerful force that makes waves in a world full of distractions. So no, they're not lonely. They're just picky about who they let into their space. Listen, chosen ones, as we wrap up, if you're reading this, chances are you felt the weight of being different, the pressure of not fitting in, of standing alone when everyone else is busy blending in. But let me tell you something. That's exactly why you're a chosen one. The world doesn't know how to handle someone like you. They can't wrap their minds around the way you think, the way you move, or the way you rise from every setback. And that's exactly why they'll never be able to stop you. You're dangerous because you don't fear losing. You've faced your worst, and you've come out the other side stronger. You don't back down. You keep moving forward no matter what. Running away isn't a sign of weakness for you. It's a strategy. You don't waste your time on battles that won't move you closer to your goals. You leave behind what no longer serves you, and you keep going, building your own roads to your own future. Your haters? They're your secret fans in disguise. They can't comprehend how you keep thriving when everything seems stacked against you, but every insult they throw at you, it's a twisted form of admiration, a cry for help. They want to be like you, but they're too scared to do what it takes. Don't let their noise drown out your purpose. Remember this. No one has ever been so unapologetically real as you. You don't hide who you are, even when it makes people uncomfortable. Your authenticity is a weapon. Your actions are your story, and they speak volumes. Keep going. Keep pushing. You're not here to blend in. You're here to redefine the game. You're a chosen one, and nothing can stop you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and stay blessed.